In this video, we check out one of the worst Terraria mods ever that wreaked havoc upon the modding community. It had so much potential back in the day, but ended up just being a giant disappointment. Let's hop in game and check it out. Today, we are here checking out one of the worst GIANT Terraria content mods to ever exist. Specifically, when it came out with its infamous 1.3 update, that is the Tremor mod. That is right, we're here in 1.3 playing one of the most infamous mods ever. And when I say it's the worst mod ever, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch because obviously there's mods out there that literally will like straight up crash your game or don't even work. But in terms of this being one of the original big Terraria mods and also being a very well respected mod, a mod everyone loved to play, it was one of the OGs. For it to just do what it did and just completely fall off the face of the earth due to things and controversy like stealing sprites, stealing code, not really just putting any effort into this giant update they had people waiting for. That is why I consider it one of the worst big Terraria content mods. One that actually tried, you know, and not one that kind of just filled with random BS. But yeah, look at all the items it has to offer. If you look at it from far away without delving into it, without knowing the history behind it or anything, you might be like, damn, this might be bigger than the Calamity mod. But yeah, we're gonna check it out here today. I'm very excited. If we peep the map, look at this. They got new biomes and stuff over here. What's popping in this biome? Hold up, listen to the music. This is just regular Terraria music. They don't even got custom music. We got these new structures down here. Look at this. I don't like that the color is icy. We got to go to a different one. Here we go. It's just like a brown dirt temple. But yeah, let's hop straight into the bosses here. The first one is Post-King, and it is Rook, which is, guess what? A giant desert bird. Now here's the big problem with Tremor and its 1.3 update. Mainly, you know, I call it Tremor 1.3 because the Tremor 1.3 update was a very long awaited update with tons of cool spoilers and all this stuff. It was so hype as a Terraria mod player to see this update, like, you know, get teased and stuff. Because Tremor, believe it or not, I liked Tremor back in the day, back before the 1.3 update. It was amazing, low key, because it was one of the only big content mods back in the day. Oops, I did not mean to almost kill him. But look at this, Rook, this is an early game boss. This is all his attack. My boy is just spamming tornadoes like crazy. He slowly hovers towards you. He spawns in a bunch of vultures. In terms of sprites, I think Tremor honestly has great sprites. The problem is we don't know which ones are actually made from people or which ones are actually stolen with no credit. But in terms of visual looks, he looks good. Not too many attacks here. So let's get my boy up out of here. He probably spawned in like 500 vultures. Look at this. The next boss is pretty much right after him or after the eater / brain. I actually like this one. Kinda. I like the idea of this. I like just, you know, a surface jungle boss. It has to be nighttime, so let me make it fully nighttime here. Boom. The Tiki Totem. This dude brings back memories. Honestly, this whole mod brings back some nice memories and some funny ones. Where's the boss even at? Oh, there he is. Tiki Totem. My boy's got the Crash Bandicoot mask hovering around him. The Tiki souls. Can I hit, bro? So no, I cannot hit him. I have to kill the mass on the outside. And it seems like he's just kind of gonna just hover around until you kill the mass. He does a little TP every now and then. Low-key King Slime AI, but instead of bouncing, is walking. I like that there's little pygmies carrying it around. So the idea there, the sprite is sick. Like I said, all the sprites are pretty good. But if we kill all the Tiki souls, the real fight begins. My boy starts spawning in the Tiki warriors. He starts shooting, was that cabbage? I don't know. Oh, lizards. Actual lizards. Damn, a bunch of them. From what I'm seeing so far with a bunch of these earlier bosses is that they kind of just spam. They spam their attacks. Look at this. So as you can see, the quality of the boss fights are not too good. They may look good visually, but past that, it's not too much to look at. Okay, my boy got the little arrows. This one's not too bad. I don't remember his boss fight at all from back in the day because I don't think I really played the 1.3 Tremor update at all because I kind of didn't really want to. I think I attempted to and I just couldn't do it. Oh, look at that. He spawned in Soul of Happiness. Now I'm assuming if we keep doing more and more damage to him, he brings out more souls. Yup, there's the yellow one, Soul of Anger. And let me see the red one. And there's the red one, Soul of Indifference. Now here's the question. Do I have to kill the souls or can I just kill bro? Let's see. Oh, I could just kill bro. This is another favorite boss of mine because it's from the OG Tremor, and that is the Evil Corn, which is literally, what's wrong with the sprite? It is literally the Evil Corn boss from Castle Crashers, and I think he has the same attacks. He's doing the little like spinning attack, but we can't see it because bro's sprite is messed up. And then when we hit him, he does drop the corn, and I believe you can eat it to heal just like Castle Crashers. So I guess you could call this pretty much a ripoff, but I wouldn't say that. It's, you know, an inspired boss from a video game. I don't see any problem with that. It happens all the time with some Terraria bosses, specifically Metroid ones. But this is one of the cooler looking bosses. I mess with it. I just like Castle Crashers. It's a game I played a lot of back in the day. Hold up, my boy healing too? He's eating his own corn? Is that considered cannibalism? He like cooking himself and eating himself? I don't know. But yeah, he looks sweet. But get bro up out of here. He doesn't really do too much in terms of attacks. Yo, speaking about Castle Crashers. Hold up, I got that Castle Crasher fit on. Next up is the Storm Jellyfish. This dude was one of the bosses I kind of was like, all right, this is not a terrible boss. From the 1.3 update, this is one of the newer ones I remember liking a little bit. And not because it was like a good boss fight, because it was like, you know, interesting enough. I mean, look at it. It's a little bit better than the previous bosses. It is kind of just flying around, spawning enemies, shooting projectiles. But I mean, it's a little bit more interesting than the other ones in my opinion. And it's kind of cool. It's a giant jellyfish. The only thing is my boy literally spawns in like a hard mode attack. And then if you get hit by the electricity, that shit hurts, I think. So for this to be a pre-hard mode boss, post-brain area, pre-Queen Bee though, and Skeletron. Kind of a tough fight. Again, there isn't really much to see with some of these boss fights. They literally just have the same AI kind of just circling around you, doing a handful of attacks. But after that, it's time to hit up the temples. The little temples down here. I believe these little temples is the next boss. I'm trying to find a big one. This one right here looks fairly big. And the next boss here is the Ancient Dragon. Now this is one of the ones that I disliked a lot. So you got to get the boss summon, which drops from these dudes right here, the rune ghosts. They drop the little rusty lantern that they're carrying. And then you have to right click on this table to get the buff to spawn it in. And then there you go. Ancient Dragon. Giant worm boss, my favorite thing in Terraria. Now here's the thing, if I wasn't in God mode and not able to, you know, just be invincible, this dude I think literally petrifies you every time he hits you. Let me hop out of God mode. Okay, he's not petrifying me every single time, so maybe they did change it, because I don't know what version of the mod I'm playing with, but I remember his original boss fight, he would literally turn you to stone every time he touched you, meaning that this fight was damn near impossible. You would have to do a hitless run pretty much. But as we can see from his attack pattern, my boy just hovers around. Hold up, I really want to see if he does petrify you or not. Like I'm very interested. They might have completely taken that out, which honestly makes this boss fight even worse, because it's literally just a worm. Or my bad, dragon. He still looks cool. Again, all the sprites look super cool in this mod. That is something I will always give Tremor. Next up though, we got Heater of Worlds. Great name, honestly. I'll give it to him there too. I like that one. This is another very mediocre boss. Well, it's like majority of Tremor bosses. Okay, his spawn item wasn't working, so I gotta spawn bro manually. Bring him in. Guess what he is? Oh my god, he's another giant worm boss. But hold up, he got little bros on the side. Had to bring his little brothers with him. Again, amazing looking visuals. Probably one of the coolest looking worm bosses I've ever seen. This guy, I think literally just he just does this over and over again. Just goes underground, comes back up, goes underground. Oh, he got a little projectiles coming off of him. I saw that. And then he had the little worms that he spawns in too. I know, very innovative. Let's do some damage. Maybe he has an extra attack. I don't even know if Tremor bosses progress like that. Maybe they just get faster like most Terraria bosses when you get them to lower health. That's about it. Yep, he's just a little bit faster. Take my boy out though. Oh, he gives you the little box so the items don't fall in the lava. Smart. One more boss before we enter hard mode, and that is the Fungal Beetus. I don't know why I said Fungal Beetus. Fungus Beetle. This is another infamous boss because I believe this boss summons in minions, and if you don't kill the minions, you can't do damage to the boss. Now the problem was with this boss is that it kind of infinitely spawned the minions in with like no break in between. That's what I remember, but unless we're playing in a version where they change that, I don't know. Let's see though. Can I spawn bro in? Oh, I need to kill the Eater of Worlds. Fungus Beetle is here. Look at him. Literally a giant beetle. Who would have thought? What's popping with my boy though? Oh, notice how his health bar disappeared? Great Fungus Bug. Guess what you have to do? Oh my god, he spawned another one. Yeah, you gotta kill the Great Fungus Bugs to get another hit off. So this one they didn't change. Boom. Can I attack you now? No. Don't tell me you gotta kill the little ones too. Nah, that's crazy. You actually have to kill the little ones? Nah, this boss seems like it got even worse. And the thing is, you know, I'm a mushroom. So obviously I like mushroom themed things. So to have a boss like this tank the beautiful mushroom theme is terrible. I hate this boss. Let's get him up out of here before he goes immune again and we can't hurt him. The first boss for hard mode is this dude, the Alchemaster. This might be like a top 5 favorite looking boss. You can hear him coming. There he is. This dude looks sick. I don't know who came up with this design, but it's awesome. It's a giant like plague doctor hovering behind a cauldron. Look at his attacks though. My boy is just straight up spamming these alchemist flasks, and then on top of that he's spamming the little enemy spawns with them. Who would have thought? Very loud boss. He might be up there with deer claws because that like glass breaking noise is crazy. Does my boy evolve his attacks at all? This is hard mode. I expect things to get a little bit crazier in terms of attacks. Is that it? Don't tell me that's it. My boy's got nothing new. He'll occasionally throw out a different color flash, but that's about it. What great boss design. But who's after my boy? It's the motherboard. And then it says parenthesis destroy. Was it destroyer alt? So is this is a mechanical brain is what I'm getting from this? Let's see. Motherboard has awoken. Yo, this is one of the OG sort of mech brain bosses. Nowadays we actually do have a handful of very good mech brains from mods, but if we're being honest, Tremor might have been the first to do it ever. I'm pretty sure. And this fight doesn't look too bad. I like the idea of the creepers being replaced with the little drones, and then they got all the beams connecting them. Pretty cool, but as you can see, we can't do any damage just like the brains, so that means we gotta take all these dudes out. There we go. Phase 2, yo, this is kind of crazy. This might be the best boss so far from this mod. It's got the little, like, I don't even know what these are, spotlight lasers underneath, beams, and it's got like little, what are these things, clampers? And we can now actually hit the brain directly. Let's take out the clampers, which turn into more clampers, but this time instead of being connected to the brain, they kind of just fly around. Yo, is that a new attack I'm seeing? It like teleported all the way to the top to make sure it hits us with the lasers. That's kind of good. It's not terrible. And it even like teleports around every now and then for real, just like the brain. Look, kind of fading in, fading out. So it has some similarities to the regular brain fight. Not the worst. Good job, Tremor. That might actually be your first good boss. Okay, maybe not good, decent boss. Next boss here might actually be low-key the origins of Empress Alight. Hold up. Relogic gotta pay their respects to Tremor. We are fighting the Pixie Queen, the OG Empress Alight. Hold up, let me see the attacks. She got the little projectiles fall from the sky and she dashes into you, gives you confusion. Oh god. Okay, I just had some memories of this boss. I remember this boss low-key being on some bullshit because that little confusion it does on contact. So I think every time it touches you or it hits you with a projectile, it gave you confusion, which made this fight tough. You really had to not get hit at all. She got in the little Pixie Queen Guardians. These little ass things are not gonna guard anything. But honestly, not a terrible looking boss yet again. She got a little variety in attacks, as in like 2 of them. Let's do some damage though. You are the second hard mode boss, third actually, my bad. And you are the first Hallowed boss. Honestly, you might be one of the first Hallowed bosses to ever come out for Terraria, period. So you know, you got some big shoes to fill. Did you do anything else though besides just spinning around and dashing? Why did I think that this one would have more attacks? I don't know. The Tremor mod just keeps tricking me over and over again, just like they fooled everyone else back in the day when they came out with the 1.3 update. All right, so I literally cannot get this next boss to spawn in. It is the Frost King. Summon the Frost King requires any mech boss to have been slammed in the snow or glacier biome. I've tried with the spawner itself. Nothing happens. You can see bro kind of appear for a second. It looks so scary looking. Look at that. Oh, he kind of appeared for like a little bit. He like gets brighter sometimes. Yeah, it doesn't matter what biome I try and spawn him in. Bro just doesn't want to work. So we move on to the next boss, Wall of Shadows. This actually is a cool idea. You know, this is an idea I've seen a lot on like fan wikis. And I think we might have a couple iterations of it existing today. I don't remember actually. But let's bring the Dryad in, boom, and let's toss his baby in some lava. Wall of Shadows. It is literally just a wall of flesh, but darker. The hungries are hands now though. My boy is screaming though. He might be up there with the deer clubs in terms of being the loudest boss. Again, visually a cool boss, a cool idea, but the execution again is not there, as we expect with the Tremor mod. Let's take bro out. Does he do anything else? Oh, he spawns into little horses, which are sick. He does get very fast, just like the wall of flesh, but He's got to get up out of here. Loud ass. What the heck? After that is the Cog Lord. Artifact Engine. Oh my god. The Cog Lord is actually another infamous boss in OG Terraria modded lore. This boss was insanely OP for no reason for the longest time. In the 1.2 version, not the 1.3 version. I think in the 1.2 or 1.3 version, my boy came back down to earth in terms of strength. Literally just a Skeletron resprite, sort of just like a steampunker version, which is a cool idea, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it's Tremor, so obviously it's a little weird. So far he has a decent amount of attacks and his design is actually not terrible. You can't go wrong with steampunk designs on mech bosses. Yo, okay. Oh look, my boy's got some attacks. I see Cog Lord. And then he does the little Skeletron thing where he kind of like locks on you and stuff. Let's start doing some damage though. Let me take out boy's right hand or left hand. Oh, he closing his fist. I can't hit it. Okay, I'll take out your right hand then. Or his left, I guess. Oh, he opened it back up. Boom. Yeah, good luck trying to beat your shit later on. He low-key sticks on you. You're gonna need some good speed to get away from bro. He is straight up locked on. Yeah, we've seen enough of the attacks. It's not a terrible boss. It's got some variety at the very least. What is this? Cog Lord Probe. So I gotta break these to do damage to him again, which is a common theme we've seen in this mod. He does it more than once. Hold up, he actually spawning in cogs and stuff. My bad, gears. He's sticking to the name. Okay, good job, Cog Lord. You're right up there with the motherboard. Not bad. Next boss. Hold up, Mothership. This just looks like a mech brain of Cthulhu again. But I'm assuming it's like a UFO mothership is what they mean. That projectile literally is not moving. There's a bunch of them that aren't moving. Good job. Let's do some damage though. Very simple attack, just literally only one attack. But I actually think this boss gets a little bit more interesting as we go on. Hey, we saw that attack from another boss. Is that it? That's all you do? It's literally barely attacking. This would seem like a pretty easy boss fight. So let's kill it though. And let's see what happens. Boom. Cyber King. Hold up. My boy done pulled out phase 2. He's got the little red ring of death. Oh, and he spawns in these little cyber mites. Okay. And then he's also got projectiles with him. I see. I don't know the exact theme of this boss. It kind of just looks like another mech boss. And is that all the attacks? Okay, it's got a little spinning projectile attack. So again, not terrible, but at the same time, not the greatest. How do I even hit, bro? Can I hit him? Oh, there you go. I don't know where his hitbox was. I brought him to exactly 10 health. Oh my god. He's tweaking out. He's shooting projectiles way faster. Let me hit my boy with the Terrarian and finish his ass off. That might be up there though. Maybe like top 3, top 4. It's not a list that's, you know, hard to get on, being the top bosses in this mod. We're almost done. The thing is, there's a whole post Moonlord set of bosses. With the Moonlord dead, it says nightmares became reality. The moon slowly drifts towards the earth. Hold up, that would actually be cool. You guys remember the OG Moonlord idea where it literally was going to be the moon crashing into the world? That was sick when they told us that was going to be the OG Moonlord. Now here's the thing, there is a pillar that we gotta fight. There is a pillar that is for the new class, the Nova pillar, and the new class is the Alchemist. Very doo-doo bad class. One of the worst classes I've ever tried to play with before. What's up with like all the bosses and stuff? Do you see this? Like, or all the enemies are like a pixel or a couple pixels off? Like, what's going on here? This is just bad quality all around. But the first boss we have is the Dark Emperor. Sounds very intimidating until you look at it and it's like, oh, it's just a king slime. Requires Trem mode. What y'all know about Trem mode? Let's bring my boy in. Can I just spawn him in no matter the time of day? Yes, I can. This is the OG queen slime right here. This is what I was saying about Relogic. Gotta give their props. They took the Empress of Light and they took Queen Slime. I'm joking, obviously. Look at all the enemies that's spawning in. Hold up, this might be the Queen Slime fight. This is literally what the Queen Slime fight is like. My boy is literally just spawning enemies 24/7. This is crazy that somebody came up with this idea. Got a decent amount of attacks though. A little bit silent. No like noises or anything. Literally the only thing is just the slime death noise. But I think we've pretty much seen everything. It spawns in 2 variations of enemies and it's got a little projectile it does. Kind of very stiff and goofy looking. Like, where's the fluidity? It's a slime. It should be like jiggling or something, right? After that though, after the Dark Lord is the Brutalisk. We need to be in the desert. Gotcha. Brutalist might be another top 5 of my favorite looking sprite. Yo, look at this thing. It's so sick looking. Who did they steal these sprites from? Why can't we get these sprites in modern day Terraria? You know, some mods redoing all this. Oh, he freaking out. What is bro's attacks though? He's got the little Quetzalcoatl that he's bringing in. And he kind of, that's it. He's just hovering around. Oh, he brings in more enemies. Oh, there we go. A projectile attack. I like that. Cool looking attack. What you got for us? He does the little dashes. It looks like he's definitely using some sort of vanilla AI. With just a little mix of spawning enemies and then just shooting an occasional projectile. Oh, accidentally killed him. Didn't mean to. Rest in peace. Let's keep it going though, because there's way too many bosses in this. Yo, the space whale. The space whale is iconic in terms of look. I don't know about the fight because I don't remember at all. Yo, look at him. Sick looking boss yet again. Another beautiful sprite. Ruined by it being in Tremor. Hold up. My boy got cool attacks for a giant whale, kind of Duke Fishron-esque, but in space, and it's a giant whale. It seems like they never give up on spawning in 8 million enemies, and you actually need to kill these enemies to do damage. That is genius. It takes so long to kill the enemies too. Like, they have good ass health. Tremor was Infernum before Infernum exists. Tremor was Eternity mode before Eternity mode exists. Now, maybe asking, gamers, what else does Tremor do? I have no idea. I don't even think it's an actual difficulty or anything. I think it's what just happens when you enter Post-Moon Lord. You know how it's like pre-hard mode, hard mode, Post-Moon Lord. Tremor is Post-Moon Lord. Let's get bro up out of here. We'll see you later. Whoa, he dropped this big ass item. The next boss is called the Trinity. Needs to be nighttime. Got it. Why does every boss need to be at nighttime? Boom. The Trinity, yo. Straight out of Metroid. Hold up. This got music? Finally? I'm pretty excited. The whole entire mod review / showcase. Okay, we got crazy projectiles. We got like a bunch of lasers. We got a bunch of music notes. And then we got like the fireballs and stuff. Now, visually, another cool looking boss from outer space. Could be a theme that could be explored a little bit more in a more decent mod, but since it's Tremor, it doesn't matter, bro. I can't see. Literally spawning brain suckers, which low-key might be a top 5 most annoying enemy just because of that. Their attacks don't seem too insane. I mean, there's a lot of projectiles, so it's gonna be a hard fight, but that's it. That's all there is to it, and obviously the enemies that they spawn in. The music is at least bumping. What does this mean? The world has been enlightened with angel light. This world has been attacked with collapsium. And last but not least, the last boss from the mod, I think his name is Andas, needs to be in the hell biome, and the Trinity needs to be dead. Boom. Andas. Yo, hold up. Stay still for a second, bro. You look cool. I'll give it to you. You look cool. You are the final boss of Tremor, so show me something crazy, okay? He's very fast. He's pretty small. He's like our size, pretty much. And he's got some pretty crazy projectile attacks so far. What is this piss yellow slime? Get out of here. Other than that, it's okay. It doesn't seem like too crazy. You gotta have some more, bro. You're the final boss of Tremor. I know they don't care about the 1.3 update, and they gave up as soon as it came out and literally left the mod to die, but you're the final boss. You gotta have something to you, right? Don't tell me that's it. Oh, he had like a second phase at the end, but then he like disappeared. There's like a phase 2 at the end. Hold up. What if I just spawn it? True Andus. It won't let me spawn it. Here we go. True Andus. Okay, he literally doesn't exist. Just like the Frost King. Who the hell is this big ass dude? There is like one more boss that we might have missed, which I think is an event boss. Where's he at? It is this Paradox Titan. This looks like a enemy you would see in like Super Mario 64. My boy got the little dudes on the outside. He got the fists. That's about it. Hold up, he geeking. What the? He definitely off the galaxy. My boy is tweaking out. I think there's like a whole event, but I'm not checking that shit out, bro. You think I want to check that out? Quickly now, let's breeze through some other things. Now, I will give it, again, it's got good sprites, and I like a lot of the enemy sprites in this. And there's literally tons and tons of enemies. I think the coolest thing is once you enter quote-unquote Trem mode, there is literally a bunch of new enemies that kind of wander around on the surface, and they all look good. They all look great. They all look cool. Something that I kind of wish more Terraria mods had is just a mod pack with just a bunch of enemies. Or not a bunch of enemies, but like just a mod that adds in literally like 100+ enemies without having to be like a giant content mod. But I guess this is a giant content mod, so all that kind of goes out the window. But yeah, like insane looking enemies. Some of them look really cool. Oh, there's some cool looking town NPCs too. Some of them look really cool. Some of them look very interesting. Some of them obviously kind of just like resprites of stuff, but they add stuff to the Frost Legion that automatically makes Tremor a good mod. Yo, look at this dude. This dude is sick looking. You can never go wrong with adding new enemies to old Terraria events, especially if those old Terraria events don't get much love, like the Snow Legion. A lot of cool enemies in here. This is a whole ass boss. This is literally the size of like the brain. It's just a regular ass enemy. I can just keep going though. Like, look at all these enemies. They look so cool looking. Mushroom creature. We even got sick mushroom dudes. Mighty Nimbus. Jungle Mimic. OG adder of the Jungle Mimic. Iron Giant. Giant Meteor. Ghost Warrior. Giant Crab. Giant Gastropod. General Snowman. There's a lot of Frost Legion enemies. Speak about Frost. Does Frost King want to show up? No? Still shy? Gallic Squid. Fat Flinks. This is a great sprite, by the way. A lot of good stuff here. So even if Tremor does suck, it does have a handful of positives at the very least. Look at these dudes. Another giant enemy. This might be like the mod with the most like giant size enemies I've ever seen. But yeah, aside from these dudes, let me teleport somewhere nice and quiet. There's obviously a bunch of items and weapons from the mod. Now the thing is, I think all the weapons from the mod suck. I think I remember checking out a bunch back in the day and they're all fairly generic with a couple of ones, but I'll give it a little bit of a pass because if we're being honest, most weapons in Terraria 1.3, modded weapons even, they weren't like super crazy or anything, so I'll give it a little bit of a pass. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole entirety of the Tremor mod. There's not too much to really check out in full. There's that whole alchemist class, which that's like a whole other thing. Like, I don't even want to talk about this class. I tried to do a playthrough of this class like twice and I hated every second of it. It was so whack. It's just like an AoE class, pretty much just the toxic class, but as a whole class, and not really that interesting at all. I mean, it's not the worst class I played, but it's pretty bad. I remember the first armor set for the class had like an insane recipe. I might throw it up on the screen if I can't find it, because I don't even remember what the name of the armor set was. Obviously, why would I remember? But like the first armor set was like 10 different other recipes in one, and that was just literally the first set. Hold on, it's clean. Little Pepe mask. But yeah, I guess shout out to everyone that worked on Tremor. It was you know, something for its time. It was one of the mods that it was a pivotal mod. Here's the thing, it was a pivotal mod for back in the day. Oh, here's the armor set right here. Look at his recipe. What is this recipe? Why does one armor set for a class require 2 other armor sets to be crafted into it? But yeah, it was pivotal for its time. I consider it one of the OG like big 3 mods from back in the day, because back in the day when you played Team Mod Loader, there was barely any mods that existed. Thorium wasn't a thing yet, Calamity wasn't a thing yet. You had Tremor, you had the Ursion mod, and then a couple of other little mods. You could go back. I literally have videos of me playing mod packs when Team Mod Loader barely had any mods. So I will give it respect there, but it fell off a cliff like my YouTube channel once it decided to do the Tremor 1.3 update. It was an update that they hyped up for the longest. It looked so good. Like all the pictures and stuff were baiting us into it. It looked so good. And then when it came out, it was just a whole lot of ass. No effort, stolen sprites, stolen code. And then literally like right after that came out and everyone saw what the mod really was for what it was, or what they did, it was like, all right, yeah, we're shutting the whole mod down. Literally the mod died once it got like exposed that they did all that. So they gave up right away. And the thing is, by them giving up right away, it kind of led to some other mods like Anti-Aris. I think it led to the development of the split mod. So it definitely has some history, and it was kind of pivotal for OG Terraria, especially the modding section, because you know, we got a bunch of cool things. Now, sad thing, the split mod doesn't really exist today. Things being worked on for an update, hopefully. That's what people told me. But still, I respect Tremor in terms of that. Anything else though, I don't really know. What happened to the background? What did I do? But yeah, thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Shout out to this person right here for actually providing me with a usable version of the Tremor mod. I was gonna do this video a long time ago, but I just never could find a usable version. So shout out. Make sure to subscribe to the second YouTube channel, Game Raiders Live. That's where I post all my Twitch streams that you guys miss on there. So check that out and sub to it. Maybe potentially we'll do a Tremor mod playthrough and I'll torture myself. I don't know. We'll see. You guys got to let me know in the comments. I still have never done a full playthrough of the 1.3 version because I get to like a certain point and then I just quit, because like another thing bad about this mod is the recipes are terrible. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.